Shopping for a dream boat is a lot of research, but once a boat checks off a lot of the criteria, it becomes important to make sure that my family loves it just as much as I do. The only way to do that is to get my family on board and see it for ourselves. Now, the boat that's risen above all the others on my list is, of course, the next generation of Island Packets, the 439. And I have an appointment with the owner of Island Packets Yachts, Daryl, who's nice enough to schedule me not just a walkthrough, but a tour and rundown of the entire facility, topped off by a test sail. Unfortunately, the facility is in Florida, and I'm out in California, so I have a road trip to plan. Now, there are 4 of us here in the Ramey family: my wife Brittany, my girlfriend Amber, my son Logan, and me. So buying plane tickets for 4 to Florida and then Ubering or renting a car seemed kind of pricey, but what we do have is a Tesla Model 3. So we decided to drive cross-country all the way to Florida. We also decided that since it's going to be a family road trip, that we'd add a few stops along the way. We're going to show you what a cross-country road trip in a Tesla is actually like, and we're going to stop in all the fun places like Bourbon Street in the French Quarter of New Orleans. I'm also getting on a fan boat in the bayou in the swamps, putting my toes in the sand in Biloxi, Mississippi, and I'm putting the entirety of the South in my mouth. And I'm definitely going to compare the beaches in Florida to the beaches in Cali, all on the way to the Island Packets Yacht facility, where Daryl very passionately makes dreams come true. This video is everything that happened on the way there, so stick around. Okay, we are out of here. All the way to New Orleans first.
We gotta get a picture of this. That stupid thing.
As I get older, I find it more and more difficult to hold on to my pee in long road trips. And I read it's bad for you, so I had this guy, which I used once. Oh my god, that stinks so bad. Anyway, it's my pissy cup. So, and because Tesla's can drive itself, I can just keep it in its lane and then hold on to my wang. So thanks, Elon Musk. I leave from Fresno, California. I mean, we're right smack in the middle of the high desert, and you have to go through like an even worse desert to get out of the desert. So you go to like Death Valley. You'll end up through Needles and like Flagstaff and then all this stuff. But basically, like the first 25 hours of this trip is going to be through a desert full of nothing. This is how far away we are from everywhere else. Just at the beginning of this trip.
All right, guys, what do we think of Needles, California?
Oh, it's the best town I've ever been in.
So another big question that people have about Teslas is like, you know, how long does it take to charge? Well, not very long. If you get there and your battery's almost down to nothing, what you do is you usually have a route on your GPS about where you're going. Okay, so right now my route's plugged into New Orleans. So it's got like 15 or 16 charging stations planned out for me. And I just go from one point to the next. So when I plug into each charging station, it knows how many miles I need to go to the next one. And what it's going to do is it's going to fill me up as fast as possible to get to that charging state that I need to be in to get to the next stop. Any time I spend after that is just me kind of getting surplus battery in there for my own warm and fuzzy feeling. But once you have enough to get to where you need to go, it's going to throttle back on how fast it fills your battery up. And it's going to give it to someone who doesn't have enough to get to the next spot.
What's wrong?
Stuck in the top part of Texas.
Why does your face look like that?
Because I'm in Texas, and it's I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, and a third of the Corps is from Texas, and they kept telling me that bread rises faster and concrete dries faster and the salsa spicier and the dicks are bigger and the boobies are better, and this place sucks. The panhandle's terrible. I don't know why anybody comes through here. Oh wait, they don't. They fly over it like smart people.
That's cool.
Well, been driving for like 20 hours today. It's the very, very last charging station. The last leg of this is about to happen. I'm gonna slam one energy drink and hit the road, and that'll put me at my hotel and finally in New Orleans.
So Nick caught a frog and put it on the car.
The ride in the Tesla wasn't bad.
Everybody loves the back seat.
Sleeping is for the back seat.
But as far as traveling, it's been great. We've all just rotated. I think it's nice with a Tesla. It forces you to walk and get out of the car. It's not like you're filling up 5 minutes and then you get to leave. It's like you're forced to go stretch and get air and snacks and water. So 45 minutes isn't really bad. And so we didn't get into New Orleans until like I think 3:30 New Orleans time.
Fucking exhausted.
First day in
We're
New
more like
Orleans.
brunch now, but
I know.
you know.
We got in really early this morning, but we're excited. First day in New Orleans.
So whenever you see a statue of somebody in uniform on a horse, a good rule of thumb is if there's 2 hoofs up in the air, that means the rider died in battle. If there's 1 hoof up in the air, it means he was wounded. Maybe he died later. That's Andrew Jackson. We Googled it. Did Andrew Jackson die in battle? No. I very confidently explained something that was absolutely wrong.
Wait, what? Was it on camera? What? What?
Really fast. I ate like a pound of crawfish and then 3 plates of different things. Like, hold on.
The bathroom is up 3 flights of stairs.
3?
Yeah.
I'll throw it right here then. I have to choose 6 or 7 minutes before I eat this.
I'm gonna go down real easy. Real easy.
That's still good. So I can't play poker, so if I go riverboat gambling and I have, like, you know, like on Maverick, when I lose, I'm just going to accuse them of cheating and chuck them overboard. That's my fail-safe. I'm going to shit my pants. Cool.
We stayed in the French Quarter.
Yes.
We've walked around the French Quarter many a times. Food here is phenomenal.
You can't go wrong.
Right.
It's like it's like Cajun,
Cajun, Creole, French combo.
It's everything was amazing. If you're into seafood, you're gonna love it. You can't go wrong. This was my first time in New Orleans. So this is my first time on like Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street is still Bourbon Street. I mean, you talk about you want to see all walks of life. Hit it at night, you will see everything and more. I promise.
I don't know what I was expecting on Bourbon Street, but I think it fulfilled what like I've heard. Like it definitely like all walks of life. You're gonna see it all. Some things you're not gonna want to see. And like
This place is fucking weird. Is this dude? He can really almost... Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that.
the cemeteries, I was really excited to. The cemeteries are beautiful.
They're impressive.
Gorgeous.
It's hard. Well, not hard. It's an interesting thing to say. Like you go to a beautiful cemetery,
but they're very different from California cemeteries.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, the World War II. We saw some really cool museums.
So they have a really nice,
Huge
World War.
Oh my God, so
II
impressive.
Museum?
World War II.
And then they also have a smaller across the street, but it was still good. Civil War.
Yeah, like definitely those 2 spots are like top notch on the list. Logan loved it.
Yeah.
I think the highlight of New Orleans, if you're gonna go to New Orleans, you have to do a big swamp tour.
Swamp tour.
They love marshmallows. We call this stuff swamp crack. Come on, little buddy.
Oh my God. Oh, we just caught
What? And we got to hold like wild alligator. So amazing.
Not you, little girl. Don't you get at me. Go over there. Go over there. He normally misses the first marshmallow. Never seen a raccoon?
Hi.
I had a guy on here about a month.
We got totally rained on. I mean,
rained on.
drenched. Like,
Yeah.
you're on an, it's called an airboat. I call them fan boats,
Yeah.
sorry, but you're going pretty fast. I mean, and so like the water is stinging, but
it
we
was,
all
like,
still
warm.
have, we all still have a big smile on our face. We had
Yeah.
a blast.
I think Brittany and I wanted, like, that was like on our bucket list. We've always wanted to do it, and it by far exceeded our expectations.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's our very last time walking down Bourbon Street. I don't know how she does it. We're leaving New Orleans, going to Biloxi, Mississippi. Never been there, so we're just gonna stop there on the way to Florida.
Instantly in my sock.
where are we at?
We're on the beach on the south coast in Biloxi, Mississippi, which is probably way cooler than New Orleans or Nolans.
Or as it's correctly pronounced, Nerlens.
Nolan.
Nerlens. We probably should have came here for 3 days and just spent one day doing swamp tours and museum stuff and a little bit of drinking on Bourbon Street. We should have just came here for the last 3 days.
I agree.
Apparently they have a big fishing tournament. That's what all these lines of boats are doing. And then they go out Thursday, Friday, come in Saturday, and then they weigh in and see who's got the biggest fish.
Fabric store in Biloxi.
Is it the best? Is it the best vignette you've ever had?
Okay, so we left Biloxi, Mississippi. Yeah, we're just driving right through Alabama. We're not stopping nowhere. Super pretty though. But we're just gonna push straight into Florida. Also stopped in Clearwater Beach because I just go to Florida to hang out in Largo.
It's Clearwater, Florida.
Clearwater.
At the beach.
Really good Florida.
destination will be on the right. Now your destination is on the right.
All right, so I just got to the Island Packet factory, and that is an Island Packet that's in production. I'm pretty excited to do this. A lot of the reason for the road trip was, of course, to get to Florida and come out here. So the Island Packet is something that this walkthrough deserves its own video. So what I'm gonna do is send you the link. The link will be right here if you're on your phone, so just click on that if you want to see the tour. It'll have its own video all in itself, as it should.